Hello everyone, and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorial number 72. Today we look at a very important page for every Google user, your account security page. There are so many hidden areas in your Google account, and many people never look at them. We've covered Google Takeout, account transfer, and data privacy, but today we take a quick look at your account security. For some, this may sound boring, but it's really important. Think for a moment, what would happen if your Google account were compromised? What if it got hacked and someone locked you out? If your Google account is your main email and document account, that would be a huge setback. To get to your Google account security settings, you simply go to myaccount.google.com, or you can simply click on your portrait in the top right corner of any Google service and then click on Google Account. Once you're there, you can click on Security over on the left-hand side. You'll see a fairly simple, clean page with settings and recommendations. First, you may notice that there are some security issues found. These should be clicked on right away and processed. It will list any devices and issues you have with them, third-party application access, and any kind of recovery methods that you have, and recent security events. These might include sign-ins from different places or apps that you've added on there and everything else. If you see something that you don't recognize, you can click on Don't Recognize an Event, and then you can go in there and change your password and so on. This is a really easy way to spot if you have been hacked. If you suddenly have a login from New Zealand or the UK and you're not familiar with that, that might be a sign that someone else is logging your account. Keep in mind that if you're using a VPN, it by nature routes your traffic from a different location, and so you have to be aware of where that VPN is set to come from. So other issues here might be that you have an account logged in to a computer that you haven't used in a long time. So in this case, I have been inactive for 83 days on a particular Windows account on some computer. It's probably a presenter computer, an instructor computer at our center, but to be safe, I might as well log out of that and I can remove that. I might have a Chromebook that I haven't used in a very long time, or I turned it back in because I was using it somewhere else. So that's just something you may want to think about. It also shows all other items that you've ever signed in on. So in this case, it looks like I signed into a Mac at Richmond Hill and I forgot to remove my account there. That was during an unconference, an EdCamp. So yeah, I definitely want to select that and remove my account from there. At any rate, I would go through these and remove any access and your accounts from any other computers that you don't recognize. Worst case scenario, if you select a computer that you want to be logged into, you can always log back into that one. So it's not really that big of an issue. It's better safe than sorry. Third-party access is actually kind of important here. Basically, there are times when you're going to grant third-party apps access to your Google account, but you have to kind of know that that's happening. And there may be times when you do this for a short period of time and you realize that you don't really want to use that app, and you forget to go back and kind of pull that access. So that app still has access to your account and still is able to read some of your data or all your data depending on the app itself. So I can go over here to event registration and I can go to app details. Yeah, okay, so this is for Google Sheets that's supposed to create events on Google Calendar, but it's kind of a defunct app or add-on. It doesn't work anymore. And so I'm going to go in here and remove that. Right, so some of these other ones I recognize, Adobe Acrobat, AppSheet, Awesome Drive, AutoCrat. These are ones that are good. I'm going to keep those. I don't really use BeFunky anymore, so I'm going to remove that one, and so on. The second section over here is your password and whether or not it's been changed recently. Most of our school systems and everything else force people to change their account passwords on a regular basis, so this is not something you normally have to deal with. The next section here is how they can verify that it's you in case there's suspicious activity. For example, if let's say you log in your hometown and then 10 minutes later you're logged in Canada, you might be using a VPN, but it's also likely that someone else is logging in for you, and that's not a good thing. So this is how they contact you. You can change the phone and the email address easily. Recent security events will show up here. There's it's just kind of similar up here to the security issues found, but this shows everything. Also, what devices you're currently signed in. This is another way of accessing this. The security issues basically pulls up anything down here that might be a problem. But if you want, you can go in here and access the full reports for any of these things. An interesting option here is to find a lost or stolen phone. So when you come in here, you can actually go in there and say, okay, I've lost my Google Pixel. I'm not really sure where I left it maybe. I can see that it was last online about an hour ago, and then I can go in and verify that it's me. And then you can scroll down and even try calling your phone from a remote computer. You can sign out with it or even reach out to the carrier that's providing the service for that phone. If you have location services turned on, you can even find it via map. You can take a look at all your single sign-in here to see how you're using your Google account to sign into other sites. And you may want to go in there and review that and see that, yes, these are all things that I do want to still be able to sign in with. Maybe you're not using Nearpod anymore and you don't want it to have access anymore. And then your password manager will allow you to go in and see the passwords and manage them and change them for any of these different websites that you may be having it save your passwords with. If you're not aware, Google does have a password management service, so it's similar to LastPass. I think we reviewed that in a previous Tech Tuesday video about Google Chrome updates, that it does store and generate passwords for you. So in summary, these are very important things, because if you give an app that you don't trust or you don't use anymore, you give it access to your Google account, maybe your Gmail, maybe you're using Boomerang or something for Gmail, which will, let you delay mail and send it at a later date and all that. Well, those two big features, snooze and send later, are now part of Gmail. Well, send later is coming. You might find that you don't really need Boomerang after that. So why give a third party access to read and change and modify your email if you don't have to? The big thing that I see is that people will try out something, give it access, and then a week later, they're like, I don't really like that anymore. I'm not going to use it. They forget then to go back and pull access again. You're basically giving keys out to your home to people that you're dating or something. It didn't work out. You're not going to see them anymore. They still have a key to your home. So don't do that. Go into your Google security settings, tighten everything up about once every couple of months at least. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful. And if you did, go ahead and click that like button. Why not support us and click that subscribe button if you haven't already? Leave a comment for a Tech Tuesday video below, share this video with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.